Hello everybody, welcome to Bass and Bonsai. We are out on the water. You are smack dab in the middle of a fishing trip, and this is part 2. I have no idea what we're going to call it yet, but it is definitely part 2 because we've just wrapped up part 1. Caught a little showstopper for part 1 on the Priberos, so I'm going to start out part 2 throwing the Priberos as we're working our way up into this spot around the bend that shallows up somewhat. But we do have our favorite rod and reel combo. I know I got a lot of favorites. Favorite all around BFS rod and reel combo. Because this little Curado BFS XG, and I don't know where has this Curado BFS XG been on my life. Oh, well, it's been at the store and I hadn't bought it yet. But this is a awesome little combo that I would recommend to anybody wanting not really high end, but a higher end of the spectrum of BFS stuff. Yeah, you can get cheaper stuff from AliExpress. You can get more expensive stuff from Japan, JDM stuff. You could put an Aldebaran BFS, which I've had, but I actually like the Curado better than the Aldebaran, just in overall just palmability and smoothness. The Aldebaran always had like and it's a louder casting reel. But then this Lure Star streamer is just hard to beat. So anyway, buckle up, hang on. Charles, you gonna catch one? Sure. Charles about ready to hit me in the head with his cast. Yep. We're gonna catch some largemouth bass. Let's do it, here we go. Oh, here comes the sun and it's all right. Do 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 do. Oh, look at that. Is that a beaver? Oh, that's a beaver. So we're continuing on. I got you guys way out there. Get up here a little bit closer.
Yeah, it looks like a beaver.
Get a little closer. Anyway.
Maybe in my scrap, but it looks like a beaver.
This Priberos, we caught a bass, but it may not be the best colored one. I may want to break out that other Priberos because it matches the fish Charles has been catching, them little bluegill. I got a bait that is pretty close to that color. So I think I'm going to actually rig that up since the sun's coming out.
Little bluegill.
Little bluegill. Charles.
For bluegill.
Charles' depth perception and size is off. Where's my... Oh, here it is. I actually have a couple other options. That one I think is one that'll work, but then of course we got a baby bass colored one. So out of the 3 Priberos baits, I honestly think this one, now that the sun, it's more daylight. The other one was just the fact that that color just flat out works.
There's one.
Charles is taking the fish. Charles has one on that little bait. I ordered a few of those. Mine haven't made it in yet. That's a different colored one, but that's his little Charlie Brown style little bait. That's a camo colored one.
Yeah. I threw the Charlie Brown. It didn't seem to do anything. So
yeah, I think now that the sun's popping out, it's a little brighter. You gonna get that fish unhooked, Charles?
He's got a broke jaw too.
He does? Maybe they all got broke jaws and we never know that.
Maybe it's the same fish.
Nah. You need some pliers? See if we got a jumper. Charles, is he? Nope. Not a jumper. Look at that bait. Let me see that bait. Hold that bait up. That is a good bait so far. Let's go, Charles.
I like this reel now that I've changed everything
Oh, yeah.
internally in it.
That's actually, was it $40 or $50 reel?
40, I think. Yeah.
But Charles added, he's probably got another $100 of parts on it, and he took apart the deal and got it spruced up. We may talk about that in another video.
It casts like a son of a gun now.
Right now, we are trying to catch largemouth bass.
Yeah, it's
Charles says he has a fish.
crappie.
No, it's bass. Bass.
This rod is definitely what Andy calls a whale catcher. He catches these little bitty fish and
Right.
they just
It
feel
feels like-
huge.
Feel like a whale.
Yeah.
Charles caught another one. If you guys were watching part 1, I think we were either even or I was beating Charles. But Charles is tearing me up in part. We're in part 2 now. I'm getting torn up here. Whoa, let me see. Oh, snakes are out.
There's one.
Charles got another one. Jeez. What do you got on now?
Swim bait.
Oh my goodness. Charles is tearing me up.
Man, he wanted it too. It is in his throat.
So I'll take over the show. I'm over here. Charles is catching fish. I'm over here just.
Look at how bad he wanted that.
Yeah.
And he's just gone.
Charles is throwing a little swim bait. I was throwing a bigger swim bait earlier. I'm throwing this little chatterbait. It's a little Z-Man micro with a little bug.
See, I think you're not getting this far enough. We need to be closer to that. Is that a snake or a beaver?
That's a snake.
That's a big snake, huh?
Yeah. There's no little snake, Charles. It's a big one. I just had a bump. You can tell by the knocked my
Knocked your trailer off.
trailer's back. So I'm just telling Charles, when I see something on a depth finder right under the boat like that, I like to throw out to it. And that's why. This is a fish Charles just caught. I don't know. It looks like it's been caught not too long ago. Do we need a pick? No. Whee! Part 2 is still, it's kind of up in there as how good part 2 is. It's like they're hitting on everything, aren't they, Charles? Like,
Yeah.
it's one of those typical things. Throw a bait, catch a fish, nothing. Throw another bait, catch another fish, nothing. So let me throw that worm back out. And that's kind of out in the middle. Let me show you guys where I was. I'm just kind of, we'd crossed over with the boat twice now. Oh, I think that was another bump. Oh, got another fish right in that same spot, Charles. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's a giant, Charles.
Oh, goodness.
Look. Woo, my goodness. That fish is no bigger than the bait. Like literally. Oh, he's got it in his gill. We're gonna get a jumper. He may be little, but man, I'm sure he's a jumper, Charles. I have nowhere to really even get over here and release a fish. Watch this dude. Oh, get you little dog. You think that new place you said you had permission to fish is out of the wind, or is it in the?
No.
It's probably in the wind.
Well, yeah. It sits in a hole, but yeah, it's probably really windy. And that's going to be one that we got to look at, because I don't know what it'll be like trying to get your boat in or anything.
There's a fish.
Decent one?
I don't know, but it's a bass, I guarantee you that. Not a perch. Oh, part 2 finally showed up. Finally, I'm gonna get a pic of this bass. That is the AliExpress Jackhammer knockoff. Definitely worked.
Oh, Norman.
All right, we got a pic,
Yeah.
and we're gonna see if we got a jumper.
Yeah. What you do is you go, man, you got to go all the way into the back corner of deep water.
And yes, we got a jumper.
Oh,
got another one, Charles. Oh man, he is nothing to write home about either.
yeah.
That dude is talented though, right? Oh, he's a good looking little bass though. Good looking little bass, Charles. So we're on it, boys and girls. We finally got in a little spot here, and I've managed 2 bass in a row. Whee! Look at that jumper. Let's go. Part 2 starting to
Like
kick in.
that. Same BFS type stuff.
There's another one, Charles. Oh, he came off. That was definitely a fish, and he definitely knocked my tied on.
Got him.
Uh-oh.
May all be pushed down into this corner.
Charles has one. I finally found an issue with my $3.50 bait, which is not a huge issue to me.
Yeah.
The skirt is tied on and it did slide down. Now it's still together, but I can see that will probably come off at some point, which is fine. You can still just run a normal skirt like you would on a normal bait, you know, chatterbait, just put on a different one.
Well, I found the one I was looking for.
I got one, Charles. On
Maybe I took the creatures out.
Purple Haze.
I found my one with my jigs and stuff that I was looking for.
There we go. Yeah.
The creatures out.
Do we have a jumper?
No.
Actually we might.
There's the creatures.
As the wind's blowing us in, let's see if we got a jumper for the show. Could you put an end to part 2 with the jump? Yeah? No? Maybe? Nope. We can't end the show. Part 2 still goes on. It kind of sets down a little. I don't know though. Uh-oh. I got one. Oh my goodness. It's a dealy whopper. Whoa.
Almost had a double.
Yeah. It's really a struggling day, but we've caught quite a few bass.
Yeah.
We're about ready to put an end to part 2. We're just having too much fun though. Recording. I wasn't even recording. I think I got a little better bass. I'm gonna stand up for this one. He is bigger than we've caught in a little bit, but that, my friends, started the drag to go, 10-pound test. I have no idea why. I wouldn't think that little guy would put up that big of a fight, but he was pulling hard when he was pulling. I was just talking, this area is doing good, but it has been, I've switched to this worm, Purple Haze color. I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. Look at that bass. Is he a jumper? Well, let's find out. Do I need another pick? I don't know. I tend to take 50 million pics that just sit in my phone and never get put anywhere. Let's go. Oh, I thought for sure he was going to jump, Charles.
Yeah.
So right there. We're going to try to let that sink. There's a fish. Oh, that was a fish. There's a... He may have been on the whole time, but I felt him hit, then nothing, then I felt him hit. Oh, that's why. That's a little bitty dude. Oh my goodness. That may be the record of the day or close to it. Told you there was fish right there, Charles, didn't I? There's fish under the boat, and we caught him. All right, boys and girls, I've been talking about it. Here is Goby Bryant, and you kind of make out those colors. There's actually a lot going on in that little bait. So I'm gonna rig him up. I did get out the peanut butter and jelly too, and it may be next to him. Charles has one. I told you, these fish are just stacked in here. So we're kind of just living right here, right now. We're going to finish out part 2 for sure, right in this little spot.
Well, that's a smallmouth.
No, it ain't. Get out of here. There ain't no smallmouth in here. Charles is jacking with me. Okay.
You were about to get all excited, weren't you?
So, I was like, Goby Bryant's going to catch me a smallmouth. So just like that, we are gonna...
Look at that crazy color.
Let me get this out of the way. Okay. Yeah, black and blue basically, with the little whatever sparkle. And I need to get back on a good black and blue. There, 2 years ago, I guess I would call it, I was all about black and blue. But last year, black and blue, yeah, mainly chatterbait. Well, the black and blue worms and chatterbait. Like, I was definitely doing good.
I've never really done very good.
Well, I was like that, and it's probably 4 years ago when I really went ahead and started trying it. It was actually Emily is the one that, like Matt had always talked good on them, and then I think it was Emily was using something black and blue, and she got on a little tear catching them. So it's one of those confidence things. You just got to get it out and throw it long enough. It is 11:15. I could swear it feels, I guess because of the wind, it feels cooler now than it was this morning at like 7, 8 o'clock this morning. All right, time to stand up. Take this serious. There's a serious issue going on. I'm not catching a fish. All right, right there. I caught one, missed one. Let's see what the Goby Bryant does. Peanut butter and jelly is about ready to go on. There's a hit. Got him. Oh, that may be nicer. Goby Bryant is staying on for the win. Nope. Well, he's a good fish, but I was hoping for a second I had a giant. And with this one, Charles, guess what we're going to do?
That's bigger than...
Yeah, that's a nice bass, but we're going to put an end to part 2. Part 2 is all about just keeping it real and keep going. Okay, so this is going to end part 2, right? Nice little bass. Caught it on our new rod and reel combo. Do we have a jumper? Sure we do. Whee! But if you guys can make out all the different stuff that's going on, this little area right in here is just kind of, it's just kind of where majority of what we've caught today is come in this area. This is our best luck from right where that crazy wind's blowing in here. It's still, I guess it's coming in so strong it just kind of wraps around. This we should be actually out of the wind, but we're still like in wind. But we have managed to salvage and catch quite a few bass. Got the Zillion on the Tatula, so a complete Daiwa combo there that's working pretty good. Very versatile combo, just like the rod says, 330 seconds all the way up to 1 ounce, and this is a solid tipped rod that can definitely do that. So if you guys are not familiar with that, check out all my other videos talking about it. But the Zillion with the SV Boost, awesome spool, and this whoa, Charles, I about dropped the rod in the water. But this solid tip is like a medium heavy right here, but then it's got this little soft solid tip, and it just lets this rod be capable of doing a lot of different stuff. One of the most capable rods I've ever had. So anyway, hopefully you liked part 2. Stay tuned. Part 3, I don't know where it's happening at. Not at this place probably. You may see another few fish here, but we will probably move locations. Right, Charles?
No, I'm done.
Oh, Charles is done. When Charles starts running a Fire Tiger spinnerbait, it's game over, because that spinnerbait's getting ready to go flying off into the water, and then we're going somewhere. So, like always, guys, get out, go bass bonsai for yourself, but whatever you do, make sure you have fun doing it, right? Right. There's a little bird. See you later.